Welcome to the Rise and Ride Show, the podcast with me, Katie Jacks from Align and Advance, equine Reiki practitioner and rider confidence coach. This is your space for honest conversations around rider confidence, mindset, horses, healing and personal growth, helping you feel calmer and more connected, more confident, both in and out of the saddle. If you enjoy this podcast, I'd be so grateful if you could subscribe and leave a review, because it genuinely helps more lovely, heart-led equestrians find our community and feel supported on their journey too. Thank you for being here. Now let's get into today's episode. Hello and welcome to the Rise and Ride Show. Today I'm joined by Angie from Bank Farm Equestrian. It's a beautiful equestrian centre in the Severn Valley that's all about connection, care and confidence for both horses and humans. I discovered your account on Instagram, Angie. So a lot of us business owners moan about the algorithm, don't we? But it's been showing me some really cool horsey places lately. So yeah, I'm not moaning about it right now, although my reach isn't great, but never mind. It's so hard, isn't it, to keep up with all these things, especially when you're like working, you do physical work, if you know what I mean, on the outside.
Yeah.
Being outside and everything, to then keep up with like things like that, I think is really difficult, but you do a great job.
Thank you.
So Bank Farm, I know that we've just spoken about this, but could you just go back over like how long you've had it and how it started, please, Angie?
Okay, so I've lived on the family farm all my life, and when I left school I went and did my instructor training.
Yeah.
And I went and worked on a show jumping yard after that for a year, and then I came back and sort of bought a few. So I used to buy and sell a few ponies and horses just to make a bit of extra pocket money.
Yeah.
But then decided that actually through the summer months, because we own a holiday park as well, that I'll do a few lessons as well as working sort of within the farming business and doing the paperwork and one thing and another. So this was a bit of an extra thing. Yeah, so loads going on, and then I hurt my back, so I came out of it I didn't come out of it, I still rode my own, but I didn't do it quite so much for a couple of years, and I went traveling to Australia, but before I went to Australia I'd bought a horse in Ireland, well, half a horse actually. I'd bought half a horse with my friend, and I absolutely fell in love with this horse, and it was a 15-2 spotty Appaloosa, and it was absolutely crackers, it was, but I loved it. And, I'd said to my mom, I'd love to buy my friend out of his half of the horse. She says, well, I'll lend you the money, she said, but on the condition that you earn some money out of it. I said, well, what do you mean? And she says, well, why don't you start up your riding lessons again? Okay then. So I did, and it started from there, and I bought a few more horses, and like I say, we went from initially 4, 5, 6 horses, and then into the 37 odd that we've got today. And then life comes and goes with relationships, boyfriends, husbands, all sorts of things, kids. And I decided, because we own holiday parks as well. And occasionally, once a year, I'm sort of diversifying really, but I'd go on, I'd be an honorary mother before I had children, and I'd be an honorary mother on a mother's pony club camp. I'd always take the opportunity to take whatever horse that needed schooling at the time. And we used to go to all sorts of places, and we used to be in the lorries and camping on the floor, and I thought to myself, well, I could do this, and I could do this better than this, and I could put a bit of luxury into it, and we've got the holiday park, we've got the leisure facilities. So I was sat pregnant, and I said to my dad, I'm going to put an advertisement on Facebook for advertising horse holidays, camps, to run alongside obviously what we already do with the lessons. And I'll cook for them, a bit like a catered chalet holiday when you're skiing, that sort of thing. But I'll do it, and I'll teach as well. And he said, well, that's a lot. I said, well, what I'll do is I'll put the advertisement on for the following year and see if we get any interest. And if we don't get any interest, then, so be it. Well, I booked it out literally while I was pregnant. I hadn't even had my baby. I booked it all out for the following August.
Oh my gosh. So that point you were going to have a young baby as well in tow.
Yeah. We didn't even have anywhere to house the people. I thought, oh, what I'll do is I'll buy an old an old wedding marquee and I'll drape it all out and I'll make it proper glamping and one thing and another. So I went and took myself off all around the innovation shows and to see, and then we said, actually, because on the farm we can build, do carpentry, everything, and we'll build something ourselves. So that's what we did, and we built a huge glamping lodge that sleeps 11 people.
Wow.
And we started these camps, and they were just fully booked for 3, 4, 5 summers, and it just went on and on and on, and we progressed from that. But we're very much of our terrain, Bank Farm, it's all in the name, so it's all very hilly and one thing and another. So I tend to appeal more to the people that can ride as opposed to the people that can't, ideally, all the time, unfortunately. But and I'm a jumper myself. I like 4 legs off the ground. I like to jump, team chase, show jump. So, and I like to do what I enjoy doing, because if I enjoy doing it, then it sort of pushes that through to the customer. So we did lots of hunt rides and hunt simulations, and do a lot of clinics and things like that. So it's just grown and grown and grown. So
that is amazing.
But I had to do it. I was by myself, and I had some stuff. But then when I got pregnant with my second child, I thought, you know what? If this is going to keep going the way it's going, I need a bit of help. So did another manager in to help me out, and now my stepdaughter's come into it as well, and she's the one that's responsible for all the social media. So
she does a great job.
And I initially was quite sort of forward thinking with the Facebook, and before she came on board, she only came on board 2 years ago, we did it all ourselves. But unfortunately my parents passed away, and I took on the rest of the farm. And I just thought, you know what, I can do it, but I can't do it well if I've got all this to do as well. So I said to her, and my stepdaughter, she's very creative, so I said, well, I think I could find you a job where I'll unleash you with your creativity. And she does a fab job, to be fair.
Oh, that's brilliant. Your when it was really hot, your Instagram reel showing the lodge with the hot tub and everything, I was like, I want to be there. If I could drop everything and go there right now, I would be there. So she's doing a good job.
I've been on a lot of horse holidays myself, sometimes just to get off the farm and go and do a few things with my girlfriends. But I actually genuinely haven't been anywhere as nice as here. And we always,
that's amazing.
It's nice, but it's no nicer than, not as nicer.
And I think if you're building something that you would love, then like your passion shines through, if you know what I mean. Like then, like you say, with the jumping, if you're doing the jumping with the people that are coming to Bank Farm and your passion shining through, it does give everybody else such a buzz and a lift as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, years ago I used to run the Sunday ride. I mean, I haven't done it now for ages. I get everybody else to do it, but everybody used to come just to go on Angie's Sunday ride, So,
I love it. And I think it's a really cool thing that you when the first thing of yours that I saw on Instagram was that you were speaking directly to the camera and saying like that your riding school is for people that have kind of already got a bit of a foundation in riding, and then you can progress from there. And I just think that is so nice. Like if we had that, I'm in Essex, in Malden in Essex, and if we had that around here, I know that would be so popular, because lots of riding schools are kind of seen as just like the lower level, and then it's like that now you've got to go off and get your own horse because you've got to this point. But just all of the activities that you offer and the progression that you offer just is so different to a standard riding school.
That's it. And the thing is as well, we were getting too many people come in that were overestimating their ability, and then getting on our terrain and getting to the first hill and basically either freezing or squealing or and unfortunately then it spoils it for the other people that are on the ride that are very capable. It's not that I mind teaching beginners particularly, but we're just not overly suited to them here. So I made the decision, and I had a bit of a light bulb moment, because a few years back, probably 3 or 4 years back now, we stopped doing small children. And originally my daughter was just coming into pony, and then she lost interest. And I was only doing the ponies more so for her, really, because we'd always been more adult based before. And she lost interest. And the trouble is, you've got these cheeky little ponies, and they are cheeky.
They are cheeky.
Yeah, not being ridden well enough, often enough.
Yes.
So, and then so my staff, or the smaller members of my staff, could get on them and ride them, and that was fine. And they'd behave. As soon as a kid got on, they couldn't wagon them at all. And then I was looking out my kitchen window the one day, because my kitchen window looks down onto the menage, and this little pony bucked this girl straight off. And I was like, right, that's it. I'm not doing any more children now under the age of 12, because when they get to 12, they can more or less go on a 14-hand pony, which can then suffice for a small adult as well. And it was the best decision I ever made. So then a few weeks back, that had the other light bulb moment where one of my members of staff had come back, and I said, everything gone all right? And they were like, oh my God, it was horrendous, because these poor women that had paid to come on this lovely ride, they couldn't do anything because somebody who'd clearly said that they were a good intermediate were no more than a not very
beginner.
Good, and I said, that's it then, we'll stop. And then we put that poster, and I said, the thing is, we're not struggling, fortunately, very fortunately, we're not struggling for customers. If we were struggling for customers, it's a different thing. And my Lisa, my manager, who books everything in for me, she's saying no to people more than she's saying yes at the minute, because we've got no ability. So that's a good problem to have. So we don't need to be struggling with people that are best suited to go and learn somewhere else on the flat and come back to us.
I think you kind of need that foundation to then push forward, because that person that was on that ride with the real intermediate riders, they must have been terrified, absolutely terrified. And you can't put yourself in those situations, because that could shatter, that could shatter their horse riding forever. And obviously those people were out to enjoy that ride. And then it all creates through the group like a tension as well, doesn't it?
And unfortunately, our horses majority of the time are absolutely golden, but whatever you're feeling goes through those reins. And if someone's screwing and pulling the back teeth out, it's not nice for that horse, and they don't deserve to be ridden like that. So go and learn the basics somewhere else first, and then come back.
Yeah, definitely. And then you can come back with a little bit of calmness and actually get that connection, and then enjoy yourself. And that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And from a teaching point of view, over the years, I've had such a variety of people, and I was taught very old school, and very much get on with it. You fall off, get back on to another, and which is great. And I've adopted, and my trainer that used to train me still trains me now, and I've very much adopted, I suppose, his way of teaching, although he would say I'm a little bit more direct than him. And I think with people's confidence, you have to know how far to push sometimes. Like I've had incidences where people have come into the arena and they've been absolutely frightened to death. And I'm like, stop. Why are you so frightened? And sometimes you can work them through it, and sometimes I said, you know what, get off, because you don't need to do it. You're too frightened to do this. You're actually a danger to yourself, because this sort of scaredness you're not going to get over, really. And then there's other people that are a bit obstinate with it, so I have been known in the past to say, get out of my arena, don't waste my time. And then there's other people that have genuinely come and they're a bit nervous, or they're having a bad day, and you can see they're having a bad day. Sometimes I was laughing the other day, because I said sometimes you can be more of a counselling session for somebody.
100%.
And it's more about that than the actual ride itself.
And sometimes when they come and they're not quite in the right place, it's nothing to do with the riding.
No,
it's to do with the day they've had, or they're feeling hormonal, or they're
exactly. And there's times where I've got one rider in particular, and she's been coming for 10 years now, and she's amazing, and I would consider her quite a good friend now. I only have to once a week at this riding session, but it's just quite funny. And sometimes she'll be super nervous. I'm like, oh, for goodness sake, just get on with it. And she'll go, I don't want to do that. And I just don't look at her, and I just keep putting the fence up. And then eventually she keeps coming in. It's fine. And she's really pleased with herself that she has. And then
that's it.
She might come, and I think, oh, I won't push that today, because she's just in the frame of mind. And I suppose my dog's whining on the floor.
Oh,
I suppose it's over the years I've learnt not just to be. I can be abrupt with people, but you've got to know when to be and when not to be.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that everybody's different. And like you say, when you say to certain people, like, no, it's time to get off now, we're not going to get any further with this. Sometimes once you're once you've gone into that mode, once you're like fight or flight is triggered and your nervous system's jangling all over the place, like there's nothing that is gonna repair it other than like going back to safety. So then that's what I normally teach, is things beforehand, because if you can sort it out before you get to that, then, and you've got things in your toolkit that you kind of know you can use before you get to that point, then you know it's much better to do that. And it's much kinder to the horse to kind of sort your own head out before you get on, because otherwise they're like, oh my god, what's wrong? There's danger.
I think as well, my dog keeps whining. I don't know why she's whining.
But, bless her.
I think as well, sometimes people get very arena bound. And one of our things that we do is so often I can be in the arena for about 10 minutes with somebody. I'm going, do you know what, stop. I'm going to get my horse out and we're going to go, especially people struggling with the cantering. Because people with an arena, you're trying to canter and before you know it, you're at the next corner. So I'm like, let's take you out and get you in a straight line. Can I just stop my dog from whining?
Yeah, of course you can. Go on.
But she needs to go. All right, someone's taking her out now. Oh dear.
What's your dog's name?
Mabel. It's a wolf.
Mabel.
So she's about 7 months. She's only a pup.
Love her.
Yeah, so we take them out and they're like, well, I've never been out before. I'm like, that's fine. And I said, because going out, that's real life. That's what riding is all about. You know, riding isn't about being always in between four fences. It's just not.
No. And I just think that's also like when you get out as well, it can like change your mindset, because it can take your mind off of the task in hand. So you're out and you're looking around and you're going, oh my gosh, this is beautiful, and you're concentrating on the terrain, and there's, you know, you're not concentrating so much on the technical side of riding, you know, the old inside leg outside rein. And
people come as well and they tie themselves in knot in the arena, and I'll say, well, what is it that you actually want to do? What do you want to get out of anything? Well, I just go hacking. So go hacking then.
Go hacking, exactly.
Every 6 weeks, have a go in the school. But if you want to go hacking, just go out hacking.
Exactly. It's 100% that, isn't it? Because it's just, we're supposed to enjoy this and like really sit down and think about what you want to do. Because I think, especially when you're on like a livery yard as well, and there are certain people going out to like these clinics or shows or things like that, and you think, oh, I should be doing that, but not necessarily. Do what you like.
No, exactly.
Plod round the woods every day, it doesn't matter. If you enjoy it, enjoy it.
Exactly that. And you know, it's not about, even with the arena lessons, it's not about jumping the biggest fence either.
No.
I have more interesting lessons done over something 2 foot high than I do somebody over 4 foot. And you get the odd person that's, I've jumped a meter, or I've jumped a meter 20, and it's the biggest thing they've ever jumped. And there's a place for that when they're at a certain level. But apart from that, you can actually do more good with the technical bit and keeping it fun, and just a bit of variety.
Yeah, definitely. That's so nice. On your website, there's a lot of talk about how you describe your horses as like having social lives and matching the right riders with the right horses. Like I really like the fact that on your website you're kind of promoting more of like the horse welfare, if you know what I mean, and the fact that your horse is you know, there might be one that's not right for you, but we'll have another one that is, and everything. Has that sort of come from like developed over the years with the experiences?
I always have a pretty good eye for matching horse to rider, but one of my pet hates is when somebody comes, a regular or whatever, but they come and they expect to ride the same horse. Well, the only time you're gonna keep riding the same horse, my dear, is if you buy it. You know, that. And I'm like, we'll do what we can when we can. But
Yeah.
I've got one horse here called Declan, and I've had him here for years and years, and he's an old boy now, and he's still going really strong. But everybody wants to ride Declan. Well, I haven't got enough Declans to go around, so everybody can't ride Declan, can they? Because they just can't. And you know, your riding progresses when you get used to riding a lot of different things, because you don't know what you're good at and what you're not good at and what you like and what you don't until you've ridden the variety. So and you know, it's not good for the horses to just constantly have the same person. But I'll always say to people when they have a lesson, I was like, you kick once, if nothing happens, you kick again, if nothing happens there, possibly give it a bit of a tap with the stick, whichever. But we're not nose to tail, and the reason we're not is because you need to get on, command the horse's attention to start with, you know, because they get ridden by so many different people that today you're riding them and you need to ride to them, they need to ride to you. So get on with it, basically. But not all horses are the same, so, and they can't be ridden all the same. And you know, the horse is interested as well. But no horse, or like if the horse has been, no horse will go in the menage. If it's been in the menage 2 days running, that's unusual, because normally it'd do menage lesson, then a hack, then perhaps back in the menage. But it's, you know, or cross country or anything else, they have a lot of variety throughout their week.
That's so nice.
And they'll never do more than 6.5 hours each horse per week.
Nice. Yeah, that's so nice. Because so many riding schools, you just, especially the ones that teach the younger children, you just see the same ponies. Then it's like, you get off, change the stirrups, you get on, a little bit of feed in between, and it's just like, no wonder this horse has completely switched off, and now like the child is like flap 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 trying to get this poor animal going.
Even had local riding schools to us, actually, you know, once a child or an adult or whatever has got to a certain point, they'll recommend them to come to us.
That's nice.
Which is nice, to be honest. Like between and equally, we've had people that, you know what, we're not for you yet, go there. So it works both ways.
And I think that's really nice, because I think with like pretty much any business, there are enough people and enough clients to go round, and there are people suited to certain businesses and people suited to others, and I think that's really nice that like you and your local riding schools all recognize that, like, this is the place for you, or no, we can help you for like 6 months, and then maybe you can step up to Bank Farm. You know, that's lovely. That's lovely. I think like it's just so important for people to be riding at their level from the start, so that they don't get frightened, and then it doesn't, like, you know, become an ingrained issue, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is that they're not machines, are they? Things do happen, things have happened, you know. You can't guarantee everybody's going to stay on all of the time, and you'll have weeks, months where you'll have no falls or anything, and then all of a sudden you'll have 3, 4, 5 in a row, and you think,
no, honestly, I was nearly the cause of one of my daughters falling off yesterday, because I was on foot and they were both hacking, and there was a big gap between their ponies, and I was in between, and there was a lot of horseflies out, and there was one horsefly that kept flying between the two ponies, and it was determined to get them, and the girls were like batting the horsefly away with their whips and stuff when and then I'd picked some ragwort and I had it in my hand, and I was like trying to get this horsefly away, and then I went like that with the ragwort to get it away, and frightened our pony Toby, and then he just shot off. I galloped, and I was just shouting, "I'm really sorry, Olive," as she disappeared into the distance. And then luckily I got round the corner, and you know, when you just think, when I get round the corner, I'm not sure what I'm going to see. And then luckily I got round the corner to her just looking at me and laughing, like, "What is wrong with you?" And I was like, "I'm so sorry, Toby." I said, "Well, he will never eat ragwort because he's clearly terrified of it now."
That's it, that's it.
So that's all right. But I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just did that to my own child. Honestly, it's just terrible. But so how many horses have you got in the riding school now?
37 on the yard, that includes the liveries, and I think there's about 20 odd on our license at the moment.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing.
And you
That
could
is a
still
lot.
go in, to be fair, because the trouble is,
Really?
my husband keeps on saying to me, "Oh, but if you keep buying one, you'll keep using it." I'm like, "I need another one." So we use
Oh
them,
dear.
and even with the horse, because bar the odd one or two that aren't for sale, of course, they're
Yeah.
all for sale. And
Oh right, okay, yeah.
yeah, and they all, because that's like the sort of secondary part to the business, really.
Yeah.
But people will come and they'll try and haggle, and I'm like, there's no haggling. I've given you the
Yeah.
price. It is what it
Yeah.
is. Whether you buy it, you don't buy it, I don't really care, because
Doesn't really matter.
it earns its money with me either way. So if you want,
Yes. Yeah.
great, you've had the best trial you could ever have.
Yeah.
But don't be
Yeah.
haggling, because there's no haggling to be done.
No, because they're valuable to you regardless, aren't they? So, there's absolutely no point in, I suppose when you do then sell one, you've got to replace
Yeah.
place one with finding another one and getting it to the point that, you're confident that can be in school.
In school and everything, we license. Obviously, we have to license everything to be in the school anyway. But if we don't like it, it doesn't last very long. If I don't like it, then it won't be here. So
Yes. Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
and yes, you have the odd mistake. I make a lot less mistakes than I used to when it comes to
Yeah.
buying them in.
Yeah.
I have quite a good eye for it now, touch wood, hopefully.
Yeah.
So yeah, but you still get the odd one sometimes that you have to let slip through the net because they're just not quite right for what you want. But
Yeah.
they've got a home for somebody. It's just not here. But,
No. And I did also see that you've got like a real variety of sizes and some lovely big horses, because someone recently, my husband came home from work and said, oh, one of the men at his work, he used to ride, I think he's originally from Dubai, and he used to ride when he was out in Dubai. And he lives here now and he works in London, and he wanted to start riding again. But was really struggling to find anywhere that he could ride because of his weight. I mean,
yeah,
he's not an overweight person, but he's just a 6'3" man,
yeah, exactly. And I think that is the problem nowadays, that some schools have got such a stickler for the limit where it's nothing over 11 stone. I was 11 stone. I was heavier than 11 stone when I was 11. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It's not realistic weight.
no,
Horses can, if you've got the right size horses, they can carry a decent
yes, yeah,
weight. However funny some people want to be about that, they can. And we've got Clydesdale, Suffolk Punch, those types. They can carry 18 stone easily.
yes,
They can probably carry 20
yeah,
easily, except
yeah,
obviously there is a cut-off point.
yes, yeah,
That they could, but we don't. And there's a difference between an 18 stone beginner that's sitting like a sack of spuds and an 18 stone person that can ride really well.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, I'm 5'11" and I'm not fat, but I'm 15 and a half stone.
yeah,
So
yeah,
there would be those places. But yet one of the horses I ride is my own horse. She's like 53 and she
yeah,
carry me all day long and keep going the
yeah,
next day.
yeah.
It's just one of those. But I don't ride like a heavy person.
No,
And
no.
I'm never going to be 10 stone, am I? So
No, that's it. But it's just so nice that you have got some larger horses that people can come and enjoy, because a lot of places, I think, because a lot of youngsters learn,
yeah,
they have ponies, so it's difficult sometimes for people to find somewhere with larger horses like you have. So that's amazing. That is so good.
we used to team chase a lot, and we used to take a team out. And years ago, one of our team chase horses was a full shire on the light
Really?
shire, but a full shire, yeah. And
That's
she
amazing.
team chase, and she might get to the last fence and she'd do everything from a trot and pot, but she got round.
Oh, amazing. That's so good.
Yeah, and
Oh dear.
so
Oh, I love that.
they look sometimes.
I think shires are absolutely amazing. We went to see a heavy horse show that was like local to us last summer, and oh god, it was absolutely beautiful. But when we were we were sitting on the grass next to the arena watching the classes, and when it was the canter round, you could just feel the ground. You could feel it in your chest, the ground thundering with these heavy horses going around. It was absolutely incredible.
And in general as well, they're just really not, the horses, the big heavies. They're just lovely people.
Yeah, they are.
If they were people, they'd be amazing.
Yeah, they really would. You could sit in the pub all afternoon with them, couldn't you?
You could, and like with my first Clydesdale that I bought with my dad,
Yeah.
I'm not into having field ornaments for the sake of it, you know. But I did say to my dad, I could have him as a field ornament. Yeah, I'd just sort of sit out my kitchen window and look at him, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Some of them just get you, don't they? And you just think, right, that's it. You're here forever.
Oh yeah,
Bless you.
absolutely.
Oh dear. So what do you kind of see in the future for Bank Farm? Is there anything, any experiences or projects that you are coming up, or
I think because the holiday side of it and the hen parties and all that sort of thing, horsey hen do's and things like that are going so well, I think we're probably going to push into having another letting property, like holiday let property, and perhaps expand that a bit more because there's a big market for it. I think as far as I always think of new things every year. Like last year it was the Ride and Dine, and before that was the Wellness Wednesday, and so there's always something that I'm thinking of themed wise. But we do such a variety. I think we're all right as we are, to be fair.
Yeah, you must be so busy as you are. So
as we are, but that variety keeps everybody interested anyway. So
that's really cool. How many people can you cater for at once with the holidays?
Well, the one lodge that we've got sleeps 11, so we can take groups up to 11. So
that's really cool.
But we're thinking of perhaps expanding maybe into some shepherd's huts, so that if we've got a smaller group of people, we can do that.
Oh, that's a nice idea.
Yeah, but there's only so many stables that I've got, so you know, sometimes our horses have to stay out or go in the outdoor paddocks, but you know, for other horses to come in. If I could fit the line of stables, I would. I think my husband would kill me, but
oh, that's really cool. Oh, thank you so much. It's been so nice talking to you. Really nice. And I'm so glad that Instagram served me up your page. And thank you for taking the time. You must be a very, very busy woman.
Oh no, it's been a
I really appreciate it. And I hope that this week is slightly kinder to you with the weather. It was it was absolutely crazy last week, wasn't it?
Horrendous. Absolutely
not UK weather at all.
No, we're not used to it, are we?
We're not set up for it at all. It was just, I felt like if I hosed a pony once, I hosed a pony 1,000 times.
Yeah, exactly that.
Exactly. Oh, it's so nice talking to you, Angie. Thank you so much.
No worries. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Take care, and I will speak to you soon.
Well,
take care.
All right. Thanks.
Bye. Bye.